my name is Lee Klein.
And I'm Chiantia of the Livingston Parish Library, and today we're at the South Branch Library in Livingston, Louisiana. So today we are going to introduce our adult summer reading program called Draft and Craft. The Draft and Craft program is a creative writing workshop for adult beginners. It will have 4 sessions and will be held in June and July. If you've never written a poem before, we will teach you the basics in just the 4 sessions. You will create 4 poems and 4 crafts, and don't worry about grammar or punctuation. Just focus on having fun and expressing yourself through poetry, and let's get started. For today's tutorial, we will be showing you how to make a poetry bookmark. But first, let's look at the Take and Make kits that you can pick up from your local branch starting on June 1st.
Okay, so this is what you'll pick up. Inside you're going to find a bookmark. We're going to put a few pages from a book. So we're going to show you how to make a blackout poem. So we're going to put a few pages in here so that you can use that for your blackout poem. You also have a tassel that you can put on your bookmark, and a neat little charm that goes really on your tassel. This is a little mermaid tail, but they're all different, so it's really cute. So you get this, and then today we're going to show you what you can do with all this stuff making your poetry bookmark. And we're going to give you some options. So we're going to show you how to do the blackout poem, and Chiantia will show you how to do an acrostic poem at the end. And we'll show you some examples. These are made using the blackout poem method. So there's 2 different ways that you can do that. Okay, one is to take the entire book page that we give you and find your words, which we're going to show you how to do that. Find your words, black out, draw, be as creative as you want to be on it, and then put it on the bookmark that we give you itself. We'll show you that. The other way that you can do it is to actually find your words and cut them out. You have a little bit more leeway if you do it that way, because you can actually put the words in whatever order you want if you cut them out and then paste them how you want to. So there's a couple of choices there with the blackout poetry. Okay, so now that we have taken a look at what comes in your take-home kit, and we've looked at some examples, we're going to show you the process of making a blackout poem. So how this works, you're going to use the pages that we gave you in the kit, or really you can use anything. You can use an old newspaper, you can use anything. If you can't find anything you like in the pages that we gave you, there's a lot of options that you can do. So this is just to kind of show you how to get started. There are a couple of different ways you can do this. The first thing, of course, is to look through the pages that we've given you and just skim through the page for words that jump out at you. A lot of times a theme will kind of come to light, you know, as you look for words that you think might go together to make some sort of sense. But take the pages front and back, go through and find a page that'll work for you with words that will work for you with a certain theme. Once you do that, you can do a couple of different things. So you can take your page and you can take a pencil and you can go through and you can box words that jump out at you. Okay? Some people like to have a piece of paper on hand and just write, go ahead and put the pencil around and put the pencil mark, but write the words, kind of like make a list of the words as you're going. So then you can go back and kind of go through and do this with a pencil, because you may change your mind and you might want to erase. So I would suggest doing that with a pencil. But write your words down, go through, focus on some words that mean a lot to you, that stand out, and maybe follow a certain theme. Now this one is a little sad a little depressing maybe. But these are just some things I did real quick, just that stood out as an example. So you can box one word, you can box a phrase. It is all up to you. That's the beauty of this, is going through, and whatever stands out to you is what you can do. So I remember feeling sad. We carried everything on our own. It's lonely. So you do want it to make some sort of sense, but you are definitely not going for full sentences and punctuation and all that. That's the fun of poetry, is being able to play with that and play with words. So once you have decided on your words, at that point, for a blackout poem, we would take a Sharpie and you would go through and you can black out. Now there's lots of different ways that you can be creative here. You can leave shapes, okay, and you can go around the shape. So there's different things you can do. You can draw the pictures. For example, in this one was kind of neat because it got the light coming through here. So you can decide kind of how you want it to look on the page, how it's going to go with your theme, and you can black out everything that you don't want to see so that your words will stand out. So this is one method, okay? You can also paint over it, you can draw, you can use any kind of scrapbook paper, construction paper, anything you have at home, stickers to decorate it however you want it to look. Now with the bookmark that we gave you, which is shaped like this, what I did for this one, okay, is I took the page, put it over the bookmark how I wanted it, and then I cut off the end or the side. So I glued it down first, cut off what I didn't want, and then drew over it to kind of end up like this. So this is one where this is actually the book page, and it's pasted on the bookmark. This is cut out construction paper. The bird, I think, I printed off out of the computer, cut it out, and put it there. So, you know, that's one option that you can do. The other thing that you can do with after you find your words, is you can actually just take your scissors and cut them out. The good thing about that, like I said, is you can rearrange them on the page, or arrange them on the page however you want. They don't have to be in the same order. So that gives you a little bit more leeway so that you can, if you can't find anything that you like going down the page in order, then you can play around with it and put them on the page however you want. And so that was this example where the words are cut out and pasted. And then this is just a pencil drawing with a watercolor paint on top of it. And then you can see how cute this is with the tassel and one of the little charms. You'll get those in your kit. So this is, you know, one of the things you can do, cutting out your words and pasting it that way, or you can actually use the whole page and just get creative with drawing, painting, whatever you want to do to it. So these are a couple of examples. You'll have everything you need to do this except, you know, whatever you want to add as far as construction paper, scrapbook paper, stickers, that kind of thing. But again, you'll get the bookmark, you'll get the book pages that you can choose your words with, and your tassel and your charm.
So now that Lee has shown us how to make that wonderful blackout poetry bookmark, I'm going to show you how to make an acrostic poetry bookmark. So acrostic basically means that it's a poem or a composition, in which the first, last, or any other particular letters, when taken in order, it makes out a word. And that's what we're going to do today. So for example, I have an acrostic poem that I made out of my name. I really love these because these will make great gifts. You can maybe use your own name, you can use your children or your grandchildren's name, and then you use the first letters of each line to make your poem. And it can be anything. It can be a sentence, it can be a full out poem, but for this bookmark, you're not gonna want your words to be maybe more than 4 to 6 words in length for each line. So let's go ahead and get started and I'll show you how to make one. As I mentioned before, the definition of acrostic is a poem or composition in which the first, last, or other particular letters, when taken in order, spell out a word. So, for example, we have my name. It's Chiantia, and we see the word listed out vertically, and then we see that each letter has a line that creates the poem, and all of this, and it creates an entire poem. I wanted to keep this really simple, and so I just decided to think of a sentence. And usually when you're doing acrostic poetry, you want to have something that means something personal to you. So it's good to start off with a theme. I want to walk you through my thought process for this particular poem. So first off, what I did, I'm going to go through the steps in order so that you can understand what I did. I had the bookmark strip that Lee told you about earlier that you would be getting. And here, I am not a very artistic person, so I use washi tape. You can use washi tape, you can use the decorative duct tape that they have available now, and you can just use it to line your bookmark. And if you have anything like stickers or any kind of ornaments, you can add. Here I have some waves, I think scrapbook stickers are really great for this type of activity. I also have some seashells here, which are also really great. And you might be curious about why everything that I have is ocean themed, but that's because the theme for our summer reading program is oceans of possibilities. So we have a lot of ocean themed ornaments and activities this summer. So back to the acrostic poem. So the first thing I did was I went ahead and decorated with my washi tape, and I just did a simple outline here on the edges. And then I went ahead and I wrote down my name vertically, and then I had to think of a theme. So for me, personally, I thought, okay, what is something positive that I could say or that I could think about whenever I look at this bookmark? And one of the issues that I have trouble with is change. So I wanted to say something positive about change. So I had to go through each letter, and for the C, I put change is having the courage to improve your abilities and inspire new ideas that will shape the world into a better one. So when I look at this, then I think, okay, change really isn't so bad, and it inspires me to adapt and to not be afraid of new things. So you can do the same for your name or for any phrase for that matter, any theme, and you can make an acrostic poem or an acrostic poetry bookmark. So I'm going to show you how to do this from scratch, and we're going to go through the steps, okay? And it might not be perfect, but when you are finished, you can always trace over your poem or put stickers on it or trace over it in marker, however you want to decorate it. Okay, so let's start fresh. So now since our theme is oceans of possibilities for our summer reading program, let's go ahead and do the word oceans. So I'm going to write the word oceans vertically. I'm not going to use you can use like rulers to like measure everything out perfectly. I'm not going to use any rulers or any lines and anything, so if it comes out lopsided, then that's okay. Human imperfection is perfection, right? So, all right, so now we're gonna start with our O in oceans. And I wanna keep the theme, and I'm thinking about oceans of possibilities, right? So I need to say something with the O. And when I think of possibilities, and I think that you have to be open, right? So I'm going to say opening yourself, opening yourself to possibilities, right? Possibilities. Okay, and you see that's about 4 words, and you see I'm cutting it pretty close here on my bookmark. But if I wanted to, I could always erase and try again and maybe write it a little smaller so that it fits better, but I'm gonna leave it. So opening yourself to possibilities. Let's see, I need something to start with the C. Opening yourself to possibilities. Could. Opening yourself to possibilities can what? Can be. Opening yourself to possibilities can be scary, right? Opening yourself to possibilities can be scary. Can be scary. Okay? All right. Let's see. I need something for an E. Well, if you're if you're in the ocean of possibilities and you might feel kind of, I guess, lost. I could say eternally lost, which sounds kind of sad. But I guess I'll need something hopeful in the end. Eternally lost. Eternally lost, and for A, eternally lost at sea. At sea. Okay. All right, so then I'm looking at what I have so far, and I'm going to read it out loud. And that's a very important step when you are trying poetry and if you are very new to it, because poetry is all about sound. So you want the poem to sound and you want it to flow. So far I have, opening yourself to possibilities can be scary, eternally lost at sea. So it doesn't really sound like it flows very well. And it might do well to maybe put in something that's called a poetic device, which is a figurative language. So let's try maybe a simile. A simile is when you're making a comparison to using like or as. And if I want to, I can compare opening yourself to possibilities. And what does that compare to? Well, it seems like I'm comparing it to being eternally lost. But can be scary is kind of, it's a weird phrase. It doesn't seem like it really flows very well. I think it's the word scary. So I'm going to erase, and I'm not going to be afraid to erase. It's gone. All right. And maybe I'm going to say can be as, using my simile, because I want to make a comparison using like or as. So can be as scary. I need a better word than scary. Can be as frightening. Be as frightening. As frightening as being eternally lost. Being eternally lost at sea. Okay, opening yourself to possibilities can be as frightening as being eternally lost at sea. That definitely makes sense. And I'm going to get fancy here, and I'm going to say in a myriad, that's a very fancy word, myriad of destinies. Because destinies is, I think, about the outcome, right? Possibilities are all about the outcome, all about the possible destinies, right? And myriad is like many, so many. So this does sound kind of depressing, so I need something hopeful. So how about for in, no need to fear, I want to say fear, no need to fear destiny. But I kind of already have destiny here, so I don't want to repeat that. I need a better word for destiny. So maybe I'll just say fate. No need to fear fate, right? And that will actually give me something called alliteration. And alliteration is a repeating of consonant sounds, when your consonant sounds are repeating. So when I have fear fate, that's my alliteration there. And that's also another poetic device that I can use. All right, and I'm going to capitalize fate because I'm going to treat fate like it's a person, all right? Fate can be kind of a powerful entity when thinking about it. So I'm going to capitalize it, right? So no need to fear fate. And then for our S, something really, really positive, really solid, but still related to oceans, that theme. We want to keep that theme going. So how about sail strongly, to choose yours. Okay, so now I have opening yourself to possibilities can be as frightening as being eternally lost at sea in a myriad of destinies. No need to fear fate. Let's put an exclamation point here. That's like really powerful. No need to fear fate. Sail strongly to choose yours. And then we have our acrostic poem. And we can now decorate, right? So I can, this is the fun part, because now we've gotten all creative and we are officially a poet. And so maybe I want to put a little shell here, and maybe I can put some starfish, maybe like a starfish kind of up here, or maybe like in between the letters here, there, right? And let's see, I maybe do another shell. Or, oh, no, let's do a wave. Oh, yes, let's do a wave. Okay, let's see, hopefully I can put the wave somewhere pretty nice. What about right here? Because we're talking about being eternally lost at sea, and so that would be nice to have a wave right there, right? And so you can really do anything, but once you have it the way that you want, then you can go through and you can outline your poem. So you can outline your O, outline your C, and your E. And remember that this is the acrostic. This is the acrostic. This is the word, oceans. All right? And our N, and then our S. And then you can outline the rest of the poem. Each line, you can do it in different colors or however you want. And you have created your very own acrostic poem. And that is how you do that.
Okay, so now that we've shown you how to do some bookmarks, some poetry bookmarks, we just want to thank you today for taking part in our draft and craft, our mini draft and craft. Remember, there's lots more to come, June and July. Check the event calendar on our website to see when and where. We've got lots of good things coming, lots of good poetry lessons, and a surprise craft for each session. You get to go home with something that you make. So we're really excited about that and sharing that with you guys. We would love to see your bookmarks, your finished bookmarks. So if you will, please comment and take a picture of that and comment on this post and share the pictures of your finished bookmarks, because I know everybody's is going to be amazing and different, so I can't wait to see what you come up with. You can also share this on your social media and just tag us at MyLPL Info too, so that we can take a look and see what you've created. But we really look forward to seeing you in June and July at the different branches for our draft and craft program, and we're going to have a lot of fun.
Yes, we will. So get started and keep writing, and we hope to see you this summer.
See you soon.
Bye. Bye.